And this is how the forest quietly becomes the feast.
Story ends where the silence begins. Life is the constant that remains when we are gone.
Perspective is found when we realize our own smallness. The scale of the wild puts the ego to rest. Every visitor is a temporary ghost in these woods.
Nature does not mourn the departure. It simply continues.
The forest begins to reclaim the space immediately.
The engine's hum is the signal of a successful return.
The machine prepares to return to the world of noise.
The cycle of the camp concludes with the closing of a door.
The goal is to make it look as if we were never here.
A responsible traveler leaves no trace of their fire.
The footprint of the sleeper begins to fade.
Order is the antidote to the chaos of the wild.
What was once a home returns to a collection of parts.
Maintenance ensures the journey can continue tomorrow. Perspective is the gift of a night spent under the stars.
The first heat of the day comes from within.
The cycle of the feast begins its final chapter.
Light returns to transform the shadows back into trees.
The second fire is the welcome of the sun.
Morning begins with the sharp clarity of the cold.
The cold of the dawn is the final test of the night.
The night prepares to surrender to the coming day.
Moonlight reveals the architecture of the wild.
Even in the stillness, the forest remains awake. The forest breathes with a rhythm older than memory.
Darkness is not the absence of light, but the beginning of rest.
The world shrinks to the space within these thin walls. Relief is found in the simple act of removing the day's weight.
The transition to the inner sanctum begins. The camp is secured against the curiosity of the night.
Care for the tools ensures they will serve for a lifetime.
One final look at the perimeter before the fire is banked. Ritual provides a sense of home in the trackless woods.
A bitter brew balances the richness of the night's meal.
Contentment is the natural result of a forest feast.
Simple ingredients become extraordinary under the open sky. The reward for the day's travel is served in a single bowl.
Protein from the land completes the forest's gift.
Maintenance of the tools is a quiet form of meditation.
Rest is earned through the labor of the day.
Patience is the virtue of the hungry traveler.
Time is the final ingredient in every slow-cooked meal. Simple seasonings honor the natural flavors of the wild. Texture is as vital as taste in the forest kitchen.
Sharp steel is the bridge between the forest and the plate.
Water and fire begin their ancient collaboration.
The hearth is now the center of the world.
The tools of the feast are built to endure the heat.
A fire must be fed with patience and respect.
Life begins in the small embers of the hearth.
The first spark is the promise of a long-lasting fire.
A successful forage is the pride of the solitary traveler.
The return to camp marks the shift from hunter to cook.
Tinder is the delicate spark that starts the evening's warmth.
One must take only what is needed, leaving the rest for the woods.
Every harvest is a dialogue with the changing seasons.
Roots hold the concentrated flavor of the untamed earth. Freshness is the secret ingredient of every outdoor meal.
The forest offers its bounty to those who know where to look.
Light marks the boundary between the wild and the home.
A soft bed is the foundation of a clear tomorrow.
Comfort is a luxury earned through the day's labor.
Fuel is gathered before the light completely fails.
Organization turns a wild space into a functional kitchen.
Provisions are the heart of the forest feast.
Coverage ensures that the interior remains dry and still. Shelter is the first layer of defense against the elements.
Balance is achieved through the tension of opposing forces. Every movement is a step toward a stable home.
Familiarity with one's tools is the traveler's greatest asset.
Strength is found in the connection of many small parts.
The skeleton of the shelter is ready to rise.
The home for the night begins to reveal itself.
Every piece of gear has its place and its purpose.
Space must be measured by the needs of the night.
The first layer provides a barrier against the damp earth.
A flat surface is the silent hero of a good sleep.
Tension provides the strength that the wild demands.
Orientation determines how the dawn will greet the sleeper.
Safety begins with looking up before looking down.
A level foundation is the first requirement of a night in the wild.
The first weight is dropped as the home takes shape.
Burden is eased by the right equipment.
Everything needed for survival is within reach.
A good site is found, not made. Observation is the foundation of every successful camp.
Nature provides the first clues for a proper shelter.
The forest reveals its secrets to those who look closely.
Navigation requires a clear mind and a steady hand. Every step forward is a step into the stillness.
The journey begins where the paved road ends.